Okay, I will start the. Okay, somebody started to record. Okay, fantastic. Started to record. Go ahead,
Awesome.
Tucker.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tucker Lettinen. Today I'm going to be presenting to you the IEEE T-shirt design review. So let's get right into it. So considerations. Um, for this T-shirt design, I wanted to make it marketable to a younger generation. That's going to be the future of IEEE and our club. Um, and that's going to be what is going to be continuing our legacy. So I wanted to make sure it was a T-shirt that anyone could wear, not just for club events, but out into public. I wanted to have a big back print with a front left pocket print because that's what the modern trends are. I also wanted to have bright and engaging colors, so it kind of catches the eye if you see it out in public. Um, Wide variety of shirt sizes, so anybody can wear it, whether you're bigger, smaller, whatever it may be. And I also wanted to highlight different parts of the industry with kind of cool and engaging things like medical or just kind of um, different areas like electricity. Whenever you think of that, you kind of think of lightning or zapping or Tesla. So I put lightning, multimeter, um, the heart for medical, just kind of these cooler things that kind of draw younger people in. Intended audience K through 12, um, also the ones that are creating the technology of the future. Um, they're also, I want to get some early engagement, which can lead to more recruitment, member retention, and innovation. If we get them young as freshmen in college or even maybe in high school, if that's what they're going to be intending, or if they want to be an electrical engineer or electronics engineer, we want to be able to get them early so they kind of always are in IEEE. And then also just the incoming class of students and engineers, the ones that are building our better tomorrow. That's our intended audience. So how the design is tailored. Something a little bit more extreme for a design. It starts conversations. Something that's not going to be the most traditional IEEE t-shirt, something that's a little bit of an oddball, but something that's cool to get people talking about IEEE. A simple and clean design. I didn't want to have it too gaudy, but I wanted to have it gaudy enough where people will see it and they're like, wow, that's different, that's cool. Um, Another thing too is including general genre things like the lightning and multimeter, like I said earlier, and then also following the modern design trends of kind of being a little bit more on the edgy side. A lot more t-shirts these days are a little bit more edgy, and not necessarily just a regular t-shirt. So I was kind of trying to fall into all those different categories. And then business goals for the design. My biggest business goals is get as many young engineers engaged in talking about IEEE, promoting IEEE on campus. So if people are wearing the T-shirt, there's people talking to them, there's people engaging with them, asking questions, getting more eyes on IEEE for funding, projects, spotlights. And I really wanted something that was memorable. A lot of times when people make T-shirts, it's not just it's just kinds of ends up being a T-shirt that someone wears for only a week. But I want a T-shirt that people are going to be wearing for the next few years until they end up wearing out the T-shirt. And then costs. So I kept it to a limited amount of colors: blue, yellow, white. Something that was super easy to screen print, doesn't have to be a full image or anything like that. Something that could easily just be pasted down. Something that can be uploaded to websites easily to be printed, like custom ink, which is where we got ours printed. And then front and back um, limits costs. Having only be on the front and back are the most general printing locations for t-shirts. The pockets end up costing more, so we wanted to stay, or the sleeves, so we wanted to stay to the only the front and the back. Alrighty, anybody have any questions?
Okay, no other questions. I can go ahead. So I understand the lightning and the multimeter and
Of course.
the MRI image of the heart. I like it in general. Why the skull though? The skull is kind of making it look like a metal band T-shirt.
hmm So the idea behind that was my sister's a tattoo artist, and she ends up designing a lot of t-shirts that are kind of a little bit more edgy or cool. So I kind of wanted to fall into that same category of just something a little bit more out there and different. So I really wanted to try to incorporate different design elements from tattoo artists and things like that. So that's kind of where the skull came from. It's kind of where the lightning came from, things like that. But also works with my degree path and other people's degree path for IEEE.
Because, in general, the skull is associated in electrical systems with the danger of death, like danger of electrocution and death,
Yes.
right? So
Um,
I like the heart, but the skull is a kind of, I mean, I understand when you say it's edgy, but I'm not sure if that's what the IEEE wants to promote.
yeah, and
So
that's
are you sure about
understandable.
that?
Um, the biggest thing I wanted to accomplish for this T-shirt was starting conversations about it. Um, you know, with our department, we have T-shirts. Like the most recent one that our department made was kind of a bunch of bubbles in a circle, and they just describe our degree, but they don't really get into a lot of detail, and it's not anything too engaging. So something like this, which really gets a lot of people questioning, like, oh, like what is this for? What is this about? That I want to start conversation more than anything else. And I kind of want to just be something cooler that's really catered to younger people. Um, of course, there's going to be some older people that are like, oh, well, this is a little bit too far and things like that, which is 100% part of the reason why I did it, was to get people talking about it and interested in talking about IEEE.
Yeah, I guess I fall into that older people category, right? Okay, okay, understood. Yeah, that's the question that I had.
Alrighty.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Lehtonen.
Thank you.